Today is Monday, November 18th. It's a little after 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we have another live trading video from Trader Jim. The chart that you're looking at right now is the NASDAQ with the fib grid plotted on it. The BWT fib grid indicator is something new, and it plots the Fibonacci extensions from the opening price. So it basically uses our open range and then plots the average daily range, however many days you look back on the chart, whether it's 15 or 30 or 90. And it will give you also stats here in the lower left, how many days price reached 100% of its range, or 50% of its range, or the fib extensions 38%, 61%, and so forth. Down here is the range grid, and so when you see this shaded area in gold, it is telling us that on this day we did 100% of the daily range, and we're looking back 50 days on this chart. So the average range for 50 days, if the NASDAQ moves, say, 400 ticks, then that was reached at 9:45 this morning. Now keep in mind this is a 24-hour template, so the range is based on the 24-hour template. I could show this on just a regular session template, and that's also worth looking at the fib grid in that way because it just shows the regular session range. But this shows you what time it reached its daily range, and that can give you an idea of how much distance the market has to go. Also, a particular note on this chart is in the last video I talked about the dividing line between when resistance becomes support and support becomes resistance. There's a really good example of that here. This overnight area of high volume at the 83.15 area, this was support in the night session here, and then it became resistance in the day session, and then finally broke through this resistance, but not till the last 2 or 3 hours of trading. So the second part of the day, it finally tested this area. The first test was rejected, and then it kind of broke through and went up here. But these are signals on the fib grid. This is a sell signal here right off the open, pretty good signal here, and then there was another signal here in the second part of the day. And the cool thing about fib grid is you can set the indicator to give these signals at certain times during the day. In other words, I can tell it to only give me signals between 9 and 11 and 12 and 2. So you don't get a lot of false signals here, but just perfect signals in trading today. You know, this nice move off the open here, and then in the afternoon session telling you to go long above the opening range here. Anyway, this is available now. It's priced at $6.95 if you own the indicators or the auto trader. Okay, let's have a look at Trader Jim's video for today.
All right, November 18th, just got home kind of late. Still hoping maybe there was a time for a quick trade. This one, just $500. So here's the thing. On Friday's video, I was talking about trading above 82.85 leads to 83.60. They hit the 83.60, sorry, spiked it a bit overnight. And actually today, I do not expect them to close above that 83.60. 83.60 represents a major price completion for a move that started, if you remember, 82.07. Remember that 82.07? So this test of 82.07, if you remember, they came down, firmed up on it, and went up. That's what led to breaking through 82.85, then 82.85 being support. They went as low as 82.89 on Friday, and then broke through, closed very well, and then Sunday night Globex reached the 83.60 target I was talking about. So even though I don't necessarily expect them to close above 83.60, I still think for the next 2 hours or so, we should see higher prices, and hopefully that's enough to hit my targets. I guess we shall see. First thing in the morning, I had to take my dog to an orthopedic specialist. Can you believe it? Orthopedic specialist for a dog. He has a major knee issue, so I took him to Cornell Medical Center, Animal Medical Center in Ithaca, New York, about an hour and a half away from me. So spent the day driving and waiting. And they told me the news. He needs a major operation on his knee. Poor guy. Love him. Sorry guys, having a late lunch. So here is first target. I don't know if I showed this account or not. This one is a $500 target for the day. I guess it has no trail stop. So what should I do? Or break even, maybe 50%. And then discontinue the longs for now if I'm getting taken out. Okay, so I got taken out on the trail here, so I'm not gonna continue with this chart, I don't think. This account did its job. Close enough to the target for me. Clock. And done sales. Okay. So let's just go over some charts that traded earlier today. This is the 500 tick chart filtered by the daily open range. Of course, I was on longs only, so beautiful long trades. The target was $650. 650 with a 550 daily stop. Trading just one contract. So once again, there you go, trading one contract. And the auto trader, without me being home, all I did was I turned the template on and left it on longs only. And the auto trader took care of trade management, entry, exit, the whole thing. Just beautiful. $650. Looks like plus a bit of slippage, trading just one contract. And the next one is the famous 987 Hakinashi chart. This one has a target of 500. So hit its daily target. This one though also has the precision trend exit turned on, which is why here it was out of the trade this way. That's why here the auto trader was out of the trade because the stop was hit. And then when blue bars came in again, they just took a nice, beautiful trade to finish up the target. So anyway, thank you for your patience. This morning I was not in. I only had a couple of hours to actually do a live trade. The morning templates, I did not have the time to set up the recording. So that did not work out, but it looks like it might happen again on Wednesday. I have another appointment with him on Wednesday at 1 o'clock. So it looks like I will have the morning on Wednesday, just not the afternoon. And I did not forget about the Top Step Combine Step 2. As of right now, I am down $492 in that Step 2 after just one day of trading it. But I'll come back, I'll start trading it again, and I will finish that Combine.